brothers and sisters. I am the Mother Superior of the Sisters of Compassionate Tolerance. Most of us live in Seattle, and we're part of an organization known as Women Religious. We represent more than 80% of the Catholic nuns in the United States. But at the moment, I am here at the Vatican, where, much to our surprise, we have been reprimanded by the Pope and called radical feminists. Well, the Vatican is going to send an archbishop to Seattle to overhaul our organization and provide us retraining for our blasphemous and outspoken ways. You might as well say we are being sent to re-indoctrination camps. It all started back in 2008 when we lobbied for universal single-payer health care. After all, isn't that what Jesus would have wanted? After a 4-year Vatican probe, representatives from Women Religious were flown to the Vatican to receive the results of that investigation in person. We thought the church would be happy. We thought the church would agree with us. Much to our surprise, they chided us for insisting that women be allowed to be priests, and were angered that we had not spoken out against gay marriage, abortion, or contraception, and by our silence on these issues, we had given tacit approval to these things. Well, they're right. We do approve of gay marriage. We insiders know that Jesus certainly had a very special relationship with young John the Apostle. It's no big deal. He loved everybody. All that's important is his message of peace, love, compassion, and intentional sharing. We also approve of contraception and, under certain circumstances, abortion. We want women allowed to become priests and priests allowed to marry. And as I look around the Vatican and all the church's incredible wealth, I see it as nothing but a very rich, huge, global corporation run by men. And they play politics like men, and Lord knows, having lots of scandalous sex with young boys or with each other. It's not fair and very hypocritical, if you ask me. Are they using condoms? Are they masturbating all over the bed or on each other? Oh, I bet even Joseph wore a condom. Lambskin, of course. But with women, God, the rules are so friggin' strict. Fundamentalist Catholics are no better than fundamentalist Muslims. It makes me so angry, I'll have to make a novena. If these Catholic men of God in all their drag don't start living in the real world, we nuns are going to sue for divorce on grounds of alienation of affection. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I got married to Jesus, and when I did, I became a nun, but I get none of the perks of marriage. I am woman, hear me roar. I am woman, I have hormones, I have needs. And then Jesus goes off and gets married to every other nun in the world. Well, if that's not polygamy, I don't know what is. We nuns are nothing but sister wives. We may as well be Mormons. The least they could do is take the friggin' loincloth off Jesus on the cross. After all, it's pretty well documented that most martyrs were first humiliated by being stripped naked of their clothing and then tortured to death. Well, at least give us the naked Jesus some of us fantasize about each evening. I mean, I saw Father Dominic the other day. He was fondling a statue of Jesus, and he had a big tent underneath his robe. And then there's little Johnny. He whacks off 40 times a week and goes to confession and gets 3 Hail Marys as a penance. Well, what's up with that? If that's the way it's going to be, I wouldn't mind having a life-size, anatomically correct blow-up doll of the Savior to cuddle up with each night. Well, if nuns were in charge, the church would be in favor of contraception, abortion, and gay marriage, women becoming priests, and priests being allowed to marry. It would support the Occupy movement, with whom we already are very involved. And they would denounce social and economic injustice and inequality. What's more, my children, the church is so incredibly rich that it could end world hunger if it wanted to single-handedly. What would Jesus do? Oh, it's gotten to the point where I see all religions as big corporations. Tax the hell out of them. They do not deserve to be tax-free as long as they ostentatiously gild their buildings and their churches and do not spend every cent they take in on the needy, the poor, the hungry, the downtrodden, the homeless. I mean, Jesus would be aghast if he saw how rich the church has become and how little they give back. Oh my God, we may as well just become atheists. At least they live in the real world of facts and not myths made up by men and convenient rules from which they seem to be exempt. Well, I've gotten that off my heaving bosom, and I guess soon I'll be sent off to some American gulag for retraining. I just pray the Archbishop doesn't allow Homeland Security to use the FISA Act to bug our confessionals. And to all of you, I wish you much peace and infinite love, and oh, if you would please pray for me.